Hi, Glenn here, the People's Carpenter. Glenn Peoples, the People's Carpenter. It's the evening of a Sunday evening, and we have spent a little bit of time this weekend on the cottage. When I say we, I mean me and my wife, because my wife has been cleaning out the remains of the forge, scooping out debris from there. But today isn't the first day, this weekend isn't the first chunk of work that was done on this. I mentioned in that video a little while ago where the moving trucks were here, I said that right now there was someone looking at the forge for dismantling it, and they came in, he came in with a friend and a family member too, I believe, I don't know, a long time ago now, and dismantled the forge and took that away. I didn't come in and follow them around with the camera watching them do that. That would be a little bit weird, but I did take a few seconds of footage. This weekend we have been, well, as I said, my wife cleaned out a bit of the forge and I've been taking things off walls. It's going to be a long process, so there will be quite a few of these videos, but I'm glad we're underway, because once you've started you're more inclined to continue. You're not still sitting around saying, yeah, we must get that started one day. I hope it doesn't take too long, but we'll see. Anyway, this is the first video about the restoration of the cottage. I initially thought these were beer crates being used as shelving. That would have been perfectly fine, but they're not. They're much bigger than beer crates, based on what's printed on them, and I think there was some sort of agricultural supply. I don't know. But they're all nailed in place, which I guess is sensible, but a pain for me. I started to carry these out through the hallway, but when I remove all the lining off this wall here, there's a shorter journey available. I'll just take them out through the wall, out the door. Okay, more clearing out to do. I don't know if any of this stuff under the floor over here is of any use. There's a bunch of wood. It might be nice wood, I don't know. But it's got to come out. Well, the bad news is that apart from the occasional random piece of moulding, it looks like it was all under there because it's in terrible condition and not usable. It's rotten, there's some borer damage, it's just not very good. It looks like it's old untreated wood in most cases though, so it'll just go into my fire pit. I spoke too soon. Just behind those steps there is a stash of what looks like Redimu framing, which I will have a use for in the restoration of this place. That's good. The door, which I assume is the door that used to be hung in this opening. Who knows, maybe it will be again. That's good to have. While I'm clearing out what was under the floor, there were a few more pieces of random bits. Chopping it up and then burning it way over in the distance. I came inside because I had been wondering about this writing on the wall, given that there was a blacksmith here who did horseshoes. I think it was a blacksmith as well as a farrier. He probably did both, given all the equipment that was here. I thought, oh, maybe this is a record of customers on the wall, but now I don't think that's the case. I think these are readings from the electricity meter, not from the one we can see there. That's a new fangled smart meter that's been here since 2012. Yeah, date of installation 2012. Prior to that, for some reason, maybe for apportioning the electricity used here as a business expense, I don't know. But he's been writing down the meter reading next to dates. And how long has he been doing that? Well, there's a date there going back to 1968. So it's been doing it for a while. Certainly longer than I've been alive. We'll get there. It's another day, a rather windy day actually. Not that that matters to me, I'll be indoors. Another day. Still at the very early stages of restoring this cottage. That's false advertising, by the way. There are no surveillance cameras here. So I've got all the stuff out from under the floors down here. Now I'm going to start getting rid of stuff on the walls. In particular, these sheets of corrugated, we still call them corrugated iron, they're corrugated galvanized steel roofing, used as a kind of heat shield with that forge there. As you saw very briefly, because I didn't want to be filming them, that was a bit invasive, a couple of guys came in and took away the forge, but the remnants of that are still here, so I may also look at that today. Little by little. So this forge is an interesting, well, what's left of the forge is an interesting thing. I don't know which bricks are original and which aren't. It looks, I mean, those bricks that are sitting at the front there, and they look pretty old because they're kind of just disintegrated over time and through heat. They don't look like the same kind of bricks that are up there. And this stuff, this sort of dirt or grit, I thought maybe that was disintegrated bricks of sorts, but no, it's not. It just doesn't look like it is. Because my wife's in here helping me as well, and we're saying maybe that's a kind of heat shield, heat protector. That would make sense. Some of these bricks look like they probably are original. They're really, well, is that brick or is it just red stuff that's compacted? I don't know. It's probably, if it is a brick, it's been there since the beginning, I would say, and that's completely deteriorated. But anyway, there's a lot of stuff to clean out of here. Some interesting features though, like on the wall there is this rack where each part of the rack is covered. And I wasn't really sure what it was initially until I saw that one of them had some horseshoes on it, and there are numbers here, so that's size 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's where he put horseshoes after he'd finished making and shaping them. And there are still some number 4s left. We may want to keep that ladder, but it's a bit grotty now, and it's also preventing us from getting the sarking off the wall, so I'm going to remove that first. Then I can get to work and really strip these walls back. Go around behind because I think the nails will be poking out into the other room. Right. Yeah, so I'm in the other room. Those nails there are what's holding the ladder onto the wall, so I'll bang the points out from this side. It was a good idea in theory, but the nails are a bit stubborn, so I'm just going to try yanking the whole thing down. Yeah, done. If I could get far enough away, I'd be okay. Okay. They look like pretty old nails. No, they're not from a nail gun. Those were all hammered in some time ago. When I started to tap on the ends of them from the other side, some of them started to bend and misbehave. So we'll see if I have any luck tapping them through, bashing them through. I had thought and hoped that at least a decent amount of the sarking that I take off I could remachine and use for things like paneling. Some of it I might be able to, but it actually looks like most of it I probably won't. There is borer damage, now not all over it, but there'll be a patch there and then a patch there and a patch there, so that there are no really good links. I'll take a look at it as it comes off, but in all likelihood this will just become firewood, which is a shame, but it's not really good for anything else. Now when I remove it, initially I will leave on any small pieces like that have electrical fixtures in them, whether those are power outlets or light switches, just because I don't want to mess with wiring just yet. Because once you've decided that you're actually not interested in preserving the boards anymore, the job becomes much easier. As much fun as the smashing approach may be, and as quick as it might make that part of the job, it does mean that the tidy up takes a bit longer, because now I have many pieces of nail-ridden wood to dispose of in shards sometimes, and I have to be careful where I stand. These nails would not be pleasant.